Welcome to my channel. I'm Jen, a former hiring manager at the United Nations, who is going to teach you all about how to start your career at the United Nations. Today, I'm going to share 3 insider tips that can help you navigate your way into the prestigious organization. Before we start, I wanted to tell you that this video will focus on how to secure a contract as a professional international staff, which is often called as a P staff. I'll explain the differences between professional staff and local staff in another video. With that said, let's get started. First things first, understanding the United Nations and its diverse job families is crucial. The UN is an international organization committed to maintaining peace, fostering development, protecting human rights, and much more. It comprises various specialized agencies, programs, and departments, offering a wide array of roles across different job families. Whether you aspire to work in humanitarian affairs, peacekeeping, legal, administration, or economic development, each job family has its own set of skills and requirements. Researching these job families and identifying where your skills align is the first step towards your UN career path. A pro tip here: depending on your experience and qualifications, you may be eligible to apply for multiple job families. For instance, if you have prior experience in social media or marketing, program management, and political analysis, then you may be eligible to apply for jobs in Infonet, Magnet, and Polnet category. If you have various experience, I highly encourage that you apply for jobs in all those categories. To see what categories of job your qualifications match, be sure to check out uncareers.un.org and read descriptions of available positions based on the job networks. Let's talk about education and qualifications. The UN values diverse educational backgrounds, but most positions typically require at least a bachelor's degree, while others may require advanced degrees such as master's qualification. One thing to note is that a PhD is often not required to work in the UN. As long as you have a master's degree, you are considered to have an advanced degree, meaning that you don't necessarily have to spend 5 years, at least in the United States, trying to get a PhD. Having a PhD doesn't necessarily boost your applications, and in most circumstances, a master's degree is sufficient to pass an application screening in terms of education. People with only bachelor's degrees do get in, but most people come with a master's degree in various fields such as international relations, public administration, law, economics, social sciences, and etc. Lastly, let's discuss work experience, a crucial aspect of securing a position at the United Nations. The UN looks for candidates with a diverse range of professional experiences. Although there is no set or ideal profile, many staff members come with experiences in their national government, NGO, and other international and regional organizations. Field work is often regarded very highly, and it can always help if you worked in conflict or post conflict areas. It's also extremely hard if you want to start your career in the UN as an entry level. Thousands and thousands of people apply for those coveted P2 and P3 positions, which require a minimum of 2 years and 5 years, respectively. So, to build your experiences and strengthen your application, I suggest that you consider the following career options in preparation of your applications to the United Nations. Number one, working for the national government. Do consider applying and working for your government for a few years in the area of your interest. It can be working in the Ministry of Energy if you want to pursue a career in climate change, or the Ministry of Defense if you want to work in the peace and the security pillar in the United Nations. You should also consider working for the permanent missions of your country to the United Nations or other international organizations. For example, the permanent mission of country X to the United Nations in New York, Geneva, or Vienna, where the headquarters of international organizations are located. This route is highly recommended for two reasons. It will allow you to gain a comprehensive understanding of the work of the United Nations from the member states' perspectives, which is highly valued in the UN. It will also allow you to network with UN staff members and get insider information regarding recruitment and hiring. There may also be opportunities for secondment, meaning that your government will pay for your temporary employment in the UN to gain exposure to the work of the UN. Number two, working for the NGO. A lot of people in the UN, especially in the humanitarian and human rights job families, come from an NGO background. NGO work often involves addressing global issues similar to those handled by the UN, such as human rights, humanitarian aid, sustainable development, and healthcare. Working for an NGO provides hands on experience in these areas, which aligns well with the UN's mission and can be seen favorably by UN recruiters. NGOs frequently operate in various countries, offering exposure to diverse cultures, languages, and working environments. This international exposure is highly valued by the UN as it demonstrates adaptability, cross cultural communication skills, and a global perspective. Number three, working for other international, regional, and sub regional organizations. You might be surprised to learn that beyond the UN, there is a vast landscape of international organizations offering diverse opportunities. Institutions such as the IMF, WBG, WHO, and WTO, among others, operate globally, each with its unique focus. Why is this important? Well, working in these organizations not only hones your skills, but also provides an excellent platform for future UN opportunities. Here's how. International organizations often collaborate with the United Nations on various initiatives and projects. By working in these institutions, you will likely interact with UN staff members, fostering valuable connections and expanding your professional network within the UN system. These connections can be instrumental when aiming for a position in the UN. Having established relationship within the UN could provide insights, recommendations, and increase visibility when applying for UN roles. Another significant advantage of working in other international organizations is gaining insight into the UN's inner workings. Each organization has its procedures, policies, and ways of operating, yet many share common principles and practices with the UN. In conclusion, working for international, regional, and sub regional organizations not only enriches your professional journey, but also enhances your prospects within the UN. The networking opportunities, understanding of UN operations, and relevant experience gained from these roles significantly boost your candidacy for UN positions. In conclusion, getting into the United Nations requires a strategic approach. Understand the UN's diverse job families, ensure you have the necessary educational qualifications, and accumulate relevant work experience. I hope these tips have been valuable to you. And if you found this information helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more career tips and guidance. Please feel free to ask questions or share your experiences applying for the jobs in the UN. Thank you for watching, and best of luck on your career journey towards joining the UN. Until next time, take care.